Hare Krishna friends, Radhe Radhe, welcome back to my channel, my Kanha's Darshan. So before we start our video, let me give you a short description about my channel. In my channel, I talk about the stories or topics related to Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, Vedas, Puranas and Sanatan Dharma in general. So please support me by subscribing to my channel and also click on the bell icon so that you can get my new video updates. So in my previous video of Vedas, we have seen what is Vedas, parts of Vedas and types of Vedas. Now today we will see in detail its types of Vedas, that is Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda and Atharvaveda. So yeah, let's start our video. Introduction to Rigveda. One of the earliest and most important religious texts of ancient India, the Rigveda is the oldest of the four collections of hymns and other sacred texts known as the Vedas. It preserves the message of our ancient ancestors. As such, it forms a unique living link with our ancient origins. All the features of classical Sanskrit poetry can be traced to the Rigveda. In it, we find the seeds of India's religious and philosophical development. Thus, both for its poetry and its religious and philosophical importance, the Rigveda should be studied by one who wants to understand Indian literature and culture. The Rigvedic hymns are dedicated to various deities. Among the gods to whom its hymns are dedicated to the god Indra, the fire god Agni, the sky god Varuna, the sun god Surya, and Rudra, the god Shiva. The whole of the Rigveda Samhita is in form of verses known as Rig. Rig is the name given to those mantras which are meant for the praise of the deities. Thus, the collection or Samhita of Rigs is known as Rigveda Samhita. The Rigveda Samhita contains about 10,552 mantras classified into 10 books called mandalas. Each mandala is divided into several sections called anuvakas. Each anuvaka consists of a number of hymns called suktas, and each sukta is made up of a number of verses called rigs. This division of the Rigveda is most popular and systematic. A sukta is a group of mantras. The number of mantras in a sukta is not fixed. Some suktas have a small number of mantras, while others have a large number of mantras. It is important to note that every sukta has a rishi, a deity that is devta, and a meter that is chandas. The Samhita of Rigveda comprises 10 mandalas, 85 anuvakas, 1028 suktas, and 10,552 mantras. The most significant fact is that the Rigveda is still chanted today and has been continuously chanted since its compilation thousands of years ago. The Rigveda has been preserved in its original pronunciation by a strict set of rules, annotations, and styles of chanting. The Rigveda is a mantric text, meaning it is poetic, symbolic, and has several levels of meaning. The sun is the visible face of the divinity, the Atman or the inner self of the entire universe. Agni is not just a material fire but is the very light of consciousness within us. Soma is not just a plant but the divine bliss or Ananda. Vayu is not just the wind but the cosmic energy in all its form. The Vedic ritual or yajna is not just an out-of-fire ritual but inner offering of speech, prana and mind into the divine flame within us. Several Rigvedic verses remain commonly chanted in Hindu and yogic circles today. These include the famous Gayatri mantra of Vishwamitra, which is the prime mantra of the Hindus used for Agnihotra or daily fire offerings. Another is the Mrityunjay mantra to Shiva of Rishi Vashishta, that is one of the key chants for the worship of Lord Shiva. Coming to Yajurveda, An ancient Vedic Sanskrit text, it is a compilation of ritual offering formulas that were said by a priest while an individual performed ritual actions such as those before the Yagna fire. The Yajurveda is broadly grouped into two, the black or dark Yajurveda, that is Krishna Yajurveda, and the white or bright Yajurveda, that is Shukla Yajurveda. The term black implies the unarranged, unclear collection of verses in Yajurveda, in contrast to the white, which implies the well-arranged, clear Yajurveda. The earliest and most ancient layer of Yajurveda Samhita includes about 1875 verses that are distinct yet borrowed and built upon the foundation of verses in Rigveda. The middle layer includes the Satpatha Brahmana, one of the largest Brahmana texts in the Vedic collection. The youngest layer of Yajurveda text includes the largest collection of primary Upanishads influential to various schools of Hindu philosophy. Krishna or dark Yajurveda is further divided into 4 branches, and Shukla or white Yajurveda is further divided into 2 branches. Coming to Samveda. The word Saman means song and Ved means knowledge, hence Samveda is the Veda of melodies and chants. It is an ancient Vedic Sanskrit text and part of the scriptures of Hinduism. One of the 4 Vedas, Samveda consists of 1549 verses and about 75 verses have been taken from the Rigveda. The Samveda is the Veda of chants or storehouse of knowledge of chants. The Samveda text contains noted melodies, and these are probably the world's oldest surviving ones. The Samveda is considered as the root of Indian classical music and dance. The Samveda consists of 2 parts, that is Ganas, which is called melodies, and Archikas. The Brahman who used to recite the hymns of Samveda was known as Udgatri. And there are 3 recensions, that is Shakas of Samveda, that is Kautuma, Ranayana and Jaiminiya. Coming to the Atharvaveda. The Veda of the Atharvanis is called the Atharvveda. Atharvan denotes direction and mantras, especially in connection to ward of evil and hardship, and also contains philosophical thoughts. Atharvan originally means priest, and the mantras in the Atharvaveda Samhita were brought to light by Rishi Atharva. Atharvan is the name given to a stable-minded person who is immovably firm, that is yogi. According to Patanjali, Atharvaveda had 9 shakas, but the Samhita of the Atharvaveda is today available only in 2 shakas, that is the Shaunaka and the Paipalda. It is the Shaunaka Samhita that is frequently meant when the Atharvaveda is mentioned in ancient and modern literature. It is a collection of 730 hymns containing 5987 mantras divided into 20 books. It is believed to be the origin of Yajurveda, the Indian science of medicine. There are a series of mantras related to cure various physical and mental diseases. Another class of hymns includes prayers for protection from the bite of snakes or injurious insects. We also find the application of medicines and medicinal herbs. This feature distinguishes the Atharvaveda from the rest of the Vedas. Atharvaveda is the only Veda which is related to both worldly happiness and spiritual knowledge. The Atharvaveda is looked upon as the Veda of varied knowledge. It contains numerous mantras which, according to their subject matter, can be broadly divided into 3 categories. First, related to the cure of disease and destruction of adverse forces. Second, related to establish peace, protection, health, wealth, friendship, and long life. Third, related to the nature of supreme reality, time, death, and immortality. So, the Atharvaveda is an encyclopedia of many subjects. It reflects the life of the Vedic people. Their thoughts related to philosophical, social, educational, political, agriculture, scientific, and medical matters are found in this Samhita. So friends, this was the types of Vedas. Hope you all like my video. Now we shall meet in my next video. Till then, take care. Radhe Radhe.